Hello. Hello, my name is Érico. Oh, that's so good. I was muted all this time. It's still good. So, hello, my name is Érico Andrei. I want to welcome you to the last talk of World Plone Day. This talk is going to be a little bit different. We are going to have some echo, let's see if that works or not. But the cool thing in here is the fact that we are going to create a Volto add-on from beginning to end, and we are going to face all the problems you face on a daily basis, right? This is the first of a series of new videos the Plone community is going to release. It's called Volto Plone Hands-On, and I would like to invite my colleagues. So Victor, Dante, David, let's go introduce ourselves one at a time. So Dante.
Well, my name is Dante Alvarez. I work with Kit Concept, and we're super happy to be here at the Holod Sprint coding together.
So, David.
Yeah, I'm David Glick. I've been working with Plone for about 15 years, and currently I'm working with Kit Concept also on a little bit of everything.
And our good friend, Victor.
Yeah, I'm Victor Fernandes de Alba. I'm also working at Kit Concept, and I am also serving as a Plone Volto release manager these days. Yep.
So we are going to create a Volto add-on, right? The whole idea of this is to show how things work. So, and I'm looking to the side because, see, behind the scenes. And what we're going to do now, it's some interesting thing. We are going to decide what we are going to develop, right? And I just going to give my initial input. It needs to be a block, okay? It needs to be something that we can start and end today. So let's start with David Glick. Do you have any opinions?
Well, I think we were thinking it should be something that's just a front-end thing. So yeah, like you said, a block, nothing that requires something custom on the back end, because we need to limit our scope somewhat. Yeah, I don't know what's a good block that is missing in Plone so far, and not too easy. We don't want to, make things too easy on ourselves. I don't know. I want a block that does something real time, but that's too much to tackle. Like a chat.
Victor.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it needs to be simple and something that is not super complex and that shows off all the components, all the small pieces that a block is composed of. Yeah, I will also go for a simple thing.
And I think it has to be a block that looks really, really good. I mean, the functionalities I can let you decide, but it needs to be nice looking.
Okay, I keep thinking we have Sally in here. Sally Kleinfield is here. Say hi. Hey. So one of the things she mentioned, I do have my personal opinion. I would love to have a outer block, but that would require us to play with permissions and the backend and so on and so forth because the user endpoint. So let's go. But Sally mentioned something that during the last tour she had of Plone.org, she noticed we do not have anywhere related items. By the way, why don't we have it?
I guess we just didn't get to it yet. I mean, we have the related items behavior. You can set related items on a content, but you can't see it. So yeah, we could make a block for seeing the related items. And we already should have the backend for that, I think. Yeah, it's in REST API.
Yeah, let's go for it, I'd say. Yeah, it's simple enough and straightforward.
Sounds good. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I suggest the following. We have Mr. Victor actually writing the code and starting to create this block. And meanwhile, I will create a repository. It needs to be something on collective, right? Just to, we're not trying to push a new block to be added to Volto like this. So it needs to be something on collective. And I'm going to do the following. While Victor starts doing his show, I'm going over on collective to create a repo and create some issues because that's how we roll. Okay? So Victor, go on.
Okay, so we will use the recommended.
Thank you. We will use the recommended approach for creating a new setup for building add-ons, which is using cookie cutter Volto. And we will go with this command. So as you can see, we are calling pipex run cookie cutter, and then the GitHub shortcut, and then we will invoke these the repository that contains cookie cutter Volto. Yeah, we'll press enter. It will ask us if it's already downloaded. It's okay to download again. Let's tell him yes. Then we have the first question. He has create a new Volto add-on. In this case, we only have this option. We press enter. And then we are asked for the name of the add-on. In this case, we're going to call it Volto. How about related items /block, which is the convention nowadays for creating Volto add-ons that creates a block. We'll press enter. We've been asked for an add-on title. Then yeah, we can say Volto related items block, and we can go with it. Then a short description. We'll leave it as it is. Who is the author? We will leave also the default, the email, the GitHub username or organization. We will also leave collective. Yeah, and finally, the package name on NPM. Since we are going to release it in the collective namespace, let's call it Plone-collective / Volto related items /block. Cool. Okay, let's press enter, and the Volto related items block was generated. And we have it here. Well, sorry, too much things. Where we are creating it.
Say it took 16 minutes. Yeah, at the end of running the cookie cutter, said it took 16 minutes to run.
16. Yeah. Okay. No. Oh yeah, because it's an extension that I have. That if you are idle, then it's the last time that you were idle. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. What I did before is creating, so this takes a while. I created it before. I'm sorry, I am discovering this. So we will go and we will go in here. In here, I already installed everything because it takes a while. So once we are inside what Cookie Cutter Volto has generated, we should run make install. This will run pnpm on our repository, the new created one, and it will download, it will clone Plone, Volto repository in here in the directory core. We will take a look at it at what was the output. This is the output. So using Mrs. Developer, the setup will check out the core of Volto in here, and we will use it using pnpm workspaces in here, and we will tell that all that is inside packages in the core directory will be a package, and all the packages inside packages in our root directory will also be a package. The actual code of our add-on is inside here, inside packages in the root of the generated code, and this is the actual code of our add-on. The rest is boilerplate of the whole setup. And we have here the index.js of our add-on, which will allow us to start developing the add-on. How is going, Érico? Do we have the repo ready? Yes. Should we push it? So everything that is in here, we will push it to the repo initially. So we will do git init on it, and then let's go. Let's go to GitHub collective Volto related items -blog, and here we have the empty repository, and we will create. I will try to do it by heart. So here first we put the remote in there, so it's git. What it is? Oh, I'm not synced in here. Okay, no worries. Let's go to another Chrome tab. Here I am synced for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to be a good friend.
Yeah.
And I'm going to paste the comments for you.
I have them here. No worries. Let me do that. Yeah. So yeah, we'll read the git init. It will complain, whatever. Yeah, and we are there. Fine. Good. Oh.
Okay, now the rest of us are off to the races to go clone that.
Awesome. AM because I forgot to do git add on everything. Let me do second initial push. Okay, here we have it. There. Okay, we have all the generated add-on in our repo. Fine. Let's continue from here. So Érico, did you created the issues? Yes, we have some issues in here. Then the first thing will be created the basics of our block, like it rolls in here. We will go back to the code, and the first thing that we will do is under components, we can create yet another folder. This is also kind of a convention, and we can call it blocks, right? However, we could have the organization that we will like it, right? That we can do it in here and then create a new folder again and say related items. Okay. Once in here, we can create a new file. We will create the view component first, view.jsx, and allow me, we can do it quick. We can do related items view, and we can put something very basic in there. We can say div, something like hello from the related items block. Cool. And we have already our view component, and then let's create another one for the edit, and let's rename it. Fine. Okay, we have the two essential blocks that essential components that a block is composed with, and then let's register them. So for this one, let me copy paste from another place. If you allow me, we will do it from here, just to make sure that we don't forget anything. Yeah. We will go to the index.js, and in the registration, the main export on index.js, we will modify the configuration, the configuration registry. We will say, okay, in the blocks config, I will add a new block, which is called, and let's rename this to related items. We will change the ID to related items as well, and we will change also the title. We'll say related items. The group will be the common one, and we will have to choose between an SV with icon. This one will have. Did we choose one already for the related items? What I normally do is going to the Pastanaga icons. Oh, sorry, Pastanaga io/icons. I don't know if you knew this URL, but here we have all the Pastanaga icons listed. You can even search for them, right? And we can also even search if there's something that conveys relation. We have a reload. I don't know. What can we use for our add-on? Difficult one.
So link is probably what you want to use that for.
Yeah. Well, we can choose one and then we just adjust. We could also use any other. It doesn't have to be Pastanaga ones. Maybe this one, the random.
Or register resources.
Yeah, I also thought about it. Like this, yeah. Or yeah, maybe the link one.
Just use the link.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Then we say import link icon from, yes, thanks, Copilot. No icon, no icon. And then, yeah, then we have to provide the view and the edit components. We go import related items view and import related items edit. So this and this, it won't be restricted, it won't be the most used, and it will use the sidebar, and the focus management is okay if we don't set it. Okay, now we have the basic things in place. We could even try it out now. It should work. it will show the default what we put in there for now. What I will do is go to the code and go to the front end. Wait, what? Oh no, of course it's not front end. Now it got me. So let's start it. We'll go with PN start, and it will start the front end. We will open another. Sorry, we'll open another shell. Yeah, we will make this a little bit bigger just to make sure that everybody can see it, and then we can start the backend Docker. So a container just with the backend, because it will serve for our purposes. We don't need anything more complex in there. And we can go and go to our local host, and here we have our shiny Plone site. Then we open the page, and right now we should have the link in common, which we have the related items blocking here. We can select it, and in edit mode it will show the placeholder that we have, and in view mode will show the other placeholder that we set up for the view mode. Okay, what else? So we have the related items log. We will continue with the code, right, Érico?
Yes. Let me ask you something now. What about adding some options to the sidebar, making sure people can choose, even if it's the same thing, but go there?
Okay, yeah, let's try to pimp this a little bit. So what is also a common pattern is to call the view component from the edit component, so you don't have to. So if your block is simple enough, you don't need to replicate, and you don't need to repeat the code. You can call the view component from the edit component, and that's a common pattern that we do. So let's do that quickly. So we want the related items view in here. And then instead of having this placeholder, we will call the other component along with all the props that the original one has. And as I said, this is a very common pattern that it's being used. If you don't need complex edit components in your block, you can always do this, and then you save a little bit of code and effort, and it's perfectly doable. And as you can see, the only thing is that now on edit, you will see also the same thing, right? So hello from the related items log, the one from the view mode, the one from here. Oh, really? I did related. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay, then next thing is add something in here, something in the sidebar. We want settings. The settings that we want will be, what do you think, guys? We need, do we need a title for this? Yes. Will we need an align and a size, like the image?
Always have a title for a block, because then it moves along with the block.
Okay, yeah, I agree. So let's do that. We normally do this by using also the convention of adding a component that is called data. You will see that in a lot of blocks. We'll also create it from scratch and call it related items data. And these related items data should have some specific components to work well. And where do I have it? In here. So let me also go to my cheat sheet. And let's go to the data here. We will need a component that provides us with all the existing, with all the, let's say, the boilerplate, the wrapper that provides the form of the data settings. We call these the block data form component, and it's enough that we instantiate it inside this data component like this. It will require some, nowadays this component requires some data that we will grab also from our props. The props that come into this should be the ones that are by default in Volto, and it's provided by the blocks engine. So the blocks engine in edit mode are providing a set of props, which we need these ones to make the blocks data form work. So we extract them with the how it's called, David, how it's called, how this is called, the this, yeah, no, the
because I was thinking ahead for the tests.
okay. No, I mean the structure, sorry. So this is the structuring, the props, only grabbing the variables, the keys in the props that we want. So we have the data block or on change, blocks config, nav root, and content type. These all go in here, but there is still one that is missing. And yes, here in my cheat sheet, we do a couple of more things that we don't need right now. Let me grab it from Volto Core, for example. Let's go. And as you can see, I don't know, even me, I don't know this by heart. So the source is your friend, right? So you can always rely on the source code of Volto and go and see which are these values, right? So we go to any block. Let's say we go to the, I don't know, the teaser block. We go to the data in the teaser block. And the teaser is also a little bit special. So we go to the listing, maybe will be better. Okay, yes, I wanted exactly this. So we go this, we have the on change field, we will need the schema, and the schema, we will grab it either from the schema of the block itself, or we grab it elsewhere. So we will do this pattern because I think it's also very useful. We'll grab the schema from the blocks config itself. And I will explain this a little bit more on this in a bit, because first we need some imports in here. We import use Intel from React Intel, and we need this schema, where this schema comes from. So we will have to create one, and we will call it related items schema from schema, and we will create it first, schema.js. We will go to our cheat sheet and we will copy this shamelessly. Okay, I will go in a minute and what this everything, well, what this is doing. So we will rename it. We have a single export in here. You can see it here, the related items schema that is being imported from here. Then if we update this, it will recognize it. It recognizes it. Then the related item schema. Yeah, in fact, we don't need it in here. Sorry, we need it in the index.js. We import it in here, and in this case, we should amend the components blocks. Related items schema, and we will add it as this with this key. So we set block config, related items, and block schema. We will call it from here, sorry. Yeah. Why are we doing this? Yes, I was about to explain. So this pattern is very useful because, and this is not that, I mean, it's on the core blocks, but when, if we put the schema in the configuration, then you can access the schema from everywhere without having to rely on an import. And this could be useful, for example, when you are overriding blocks, or when you are extending the block schema, or when you are using a particular list of blocks or configuration of blocks that are not the main one. So we have this concept of having the full configuration, the blocks configuration that lives in the root of the registry, which is this one. Okay, but we have a second concept that is having a local blocks config depending on the block. For example, the grid block has its own local blocks config. This is how you tell the grid block which blocks are available to it. So by this way, you can change the local blocks config on the grid block to have exactly the blocks that you want and the configuration of these blocks that you want, only in the grid block. You can have also local blocks config in other blocks that are the so-called blocks in blocks, like the accordion from EA, or in other blocks of this type. So it is recommended that you do this, so you have the schema and the configuration, and later on in your data component, you say blocks config, then I grab it from the blocks config. If I were creating a block that contains another blocks, this will be my local config, right? So it's not the main one, it's the one that is coming from my parent, right? And this is this is why it's better. Then the block schema expects to be a function, right? That is another concept that is interesting to say, because normally the schemas, we define them as a function. Why is that? Because the schemas normally need to be evaluated. For example, this schema needs the Intel property to make the substitution for the literals inside in the internationalized literals. And for that reason, we need to pass the props to this function, and then this gets evaluated every time that the schema is called, right? So here, as you can see, we're calling the block schema property with all the props and the Intel component. This way, the Intel prop will pass down, will come here, and then we will be able to call props Intel format message, whatever it is, right? Any questions so far? No? Okay, so let's take a look at what we have in here. We are saying that the schema that my block, the schema of the settings that my block will have, it will have this title. Let's start amending things. So we have this speaker type block. No, we don't want it. We have the related items block, and we will tell it, right? No, it's related items. Okay. Then let's continue. We have the field sets because our settings can have several field sets. In this case, we have the default field set, and then we have the style field set, which I don't know if do it like this now that I that I am taking a look at it closely. Can I amend this, Érico? Can we put it everything on the same place? Okay. I don't know. What do you think? Or do you like to have it on style because of something? Or an organization?
Man, I have OCD, and I
We can
like
leave
to
it
put
like
things.
this. No, let's leave it like this. So we can then see how it goes. Okay, so the style will be in another tab. We will see in it in a moment. Style field set is okay. Then we have the properties of the fields that will be in each field set. So here we have the default field set, and we have the field href, and which we don't want. We want a title, right? Then let's modify this title, and then we will have to modify this one title, and let's give it the title. Yeah, maybe we can call it headline, or what was the kicker? Both. Let's roll like this for now. True. Okay. Yes. Then we have the align and the size. The align field will use this literal internationalized, then this widget, which is a widget that is in default Volto, and we'll have these actions by default: the left, the right, and the center. Finally, we'll have the size field that will use this widget, the image size widget, which is also in core, so we don't have to do anything. And we can have a required, any of them. I'd say that we don't have anything. We should not require anything. What do you think? Do you want to require the title? No? Okay, let's leave it empty then. Fine. Let's wire everything up. So we have the edit, and we have to go back to the edit view, and we have to call the sidebar portal component along with our related views. We will do that by creating a fragment in here, and then do this, and we need the sidebar portal and the block extensions, just to make sure that we have it right. Oh, and we have the data. This is wrong. We have to amend this, and we have to import the related items data, make this substitution, and finally we need to deconstruct the props with the correct ones in here. We deconstruct the data, then change block the block, and deselect it. And we have it. Let's go to the site. Let's see how it looks like. We select the block, and it blows up. Wow. And define related items. How we called the block? We call the block related item, sure. And why it's no. Blocks config related items, block schema. Why is that? Blocks config is undefined. Why it's undefined? It should not.
Well, it must not be coming from where we think it is.
What?
Just pointing to the schema there if the related object exists in the block.
It should be there. In fact, it's block config, which is not there.
You need to restart. Volto because of adding some new files that's not following?
Could be, yes. Let's do that. Yeah, because blocks config should be there. It's just related items. Oh, wait. Wait. Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, we are not passing it down in here.
That was the other thing.
Blocks config. Yeah. Fine. Now it will work. Okay, let's try it out now. Yay. Okay. So we have our related item settings for our block. We have these two field sets that we created, the one in default, which we can set, and the other widgets, which we can also set in here. Fine.
But they don't do anything yet.
They don't do anything. Exactly. So we need to wire them up. How do we wire them up? Basically, we can go here in the related items view, and we can start by wiring up the title. Let's go very basics, right? Exactly. Thanks. Not related items, but it will see data dot title, and we will deconstruct the data. No, not this one. Fancy.
I really love that your AI friend makes mistakes. As
Yeah,
well.
makes also mistakes. Props should be from here. Fine. Okay. Let's try now.
Remember, it can be optional though.
Yeah, sure. We have it in here, related items, and it shows nothing. But as soon as we type, it will appear in here. Yep. So we have one thing wired up. Let's wire up the alignment and the size. Well, maybe first we should call the related items, right? Or settle that up.
Right.
Yes. Okay, let's do that. Also, I don't know by heart what's in there. So let's do one thing. Let's create another content. Let's create, let's call it another content, right? And let's get back to the root, and to the original content with the one that has our fancy block, and let's add a related item on that one. So we have here the related items widget, and let's choose this one, the another content one. Fine. So now we have it. If we save, let's see which one is the field that contains the related items in our content type response. So we have the response in here, and here is all the serialization for this current content type. And we have the related items in here. It turns out that there is a key, that it's an array, and this array returns this information. This is the serialization of the related item content type that we just linked in our base content type. So the first thing that we can do is we have the title in here, yes, and it's called title. Fine. Then let's wire it up. We can say we have the related items, and this is in a prop. So every block receives the current the current content type serialization, and it lives in the properties prop. If we were in doubt, we could put here a console log and look it up. So we can do props, console log props, and then we go to the console and reload. And here we will have the props of these that the view component block is receiving, and is receiving all these properties, and we can see that indeed we have a properties, and we do have also a content which is more specific. This is something that in fact I fixed in the last month, because I realized that there were some props that were kind of inconsistent, and they were used with different naming here and there. And we do have now a props that is called content. So we can call it like here, which will be also more appropriate. And then let's remove the gossip in here. Then we have content, and then we have our related items. And what we have to do, since it's an array, we have to cycle through all the items that this array is returning. So we will do a quick thanks. Yeah, something like that, more or less. Yes, thank you.
So your friend actually listens to you and writes code.
I told you that I am amazed sometimes, and I have no clue why or how it comes to reality. Of course, you have to amend things finally, but
it's wrong because it's going over data, not items.
Yeah, of course, it's not that it's not that smart. So we have to change these, and it's not data, it's content, and it's related items. But kind of, right? And in fact, is this key the one that we want in here, and is this key the one that we want in here, and is the title what we want, right? So we will go in here.
Yeah, but also it's using normal data we want to use the universal link.
Yes, by all means. Yes, exactly. So let's amend this. So let's go and import link from React Router. Oh yeah, maybe we want it not the basic one, but the one. You're correct. Import universal link from Plone Volto components, and we will use this, the href. And why is this complaining? Oh, of course, yes, because we are not closing it. Sure, the universal link is the convenience component for wrapping our links, all our links in Volto. And this convenience component has some props to ease the development when we are adding links. This universal link will detect if this link is internal, and then it will add a React Router link. And if it's external, it doesn't have to add it as an internal router link. It will use just a plain link. The universal link is also capable of detecting if it's a file. And if it's a file, instead of going to the file, it will download it by using the appropriate download attribute in the in the anchor tag, right? So let's go in here, and now we have two. What we have? Why do we have two? This is interesting because yeah, let's take a look also again to the content and the console, and then let's see the related items, and there is only one in here. Why it's creating two? What?
We have two of the blocks. One with the title on top.
No.
One blocks are inclusion. Oh yeah, David is right.
Oh yeah, we have two of them. Okay, yeah. Then it makes sense. Yes. Come on, man. Yeah, having David by your side, right? It's a feature. Thanks, David. So let's remove one and let's only stay with the one that we have.
I cost more per month than Copilot does, though.
It's nice. Come on, don't be so hard.
But you're right, most of the time.
Most of the time.
David is, Copilot does not.
Exactly, but I can have David by my side.
Well,
always.
the difference is when I don't know the answer, I just tell you that instead of making something up.
Okay, cool. Yep, it's simple look and feel, but it works, right? Let's leave it like this for now. What else do we want?
Well, do you want to? Is now a good time to commit what you've got to the repository, so maybe we can each check out that and do some other tasks?
Yep, of course. Let's do that. So let's stop it. And let's add the changes. Let's commit what we have. Working
Make format. Make format.
No.
Oh, you trust?
My VS Code is formatting it already. Not like others.
Man, terrible. I really need your configuration. I told you so.
Initial. Here, I'm pushing to main. Oh, what
That's okay for the first commit.
What a disaster. Okay, I can change now. Branches. Let's create a branch that is called, I don't know. What are we going to do now? Complete the wiring, right? Why? Oh, is that so? Let's take a look. Not here. Okay, then let's do that. No. Hey.
Change log file.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's call it initial block wiring. We will finish it in a moment. And let's add what we do always. So let's create one dot feature, and let's create this changelog because we are using Towncrier. Towncrier is a tool that allows you to manage changelogs depending on the current release, and it allows you not to manage easily the possible conflicts that you normally have when you manage a unified changelog. So the idea is to have several changelog files that Towncrier later will join into a unified changelog. So that prevents you from having to resolve conflicts on the changelogs. Then, yeah, initial, no, we have it like this, implement the blocks, we call snarly that, edit Glick, Dante. What are your... No, we don't have you here. Done. Uwe? Why you're not in there?
Compiler.
No, it's not compiler. This is the GitHub extension. It's not compiler. And Érico. Okay. And let's be polite here. Okay, let's add the changelog. It's coming.
You forgot to put Copilot.
Let's do that. It can't put Copilot. Oh, come on. Okay, what else? Let's finish the wiring, right? So we have, yeah, let's yarn start again. No, not yarn, npm start. Right? And we have here our implementation. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, let's reload it. And we have our block, and we have the alignment and the size. So, yeah, how should we wire this?
Send the pull request, David reveals, and then it becomes Dante's order.
Awesome.
To make the
Awesome. I'm in favor of that. So let's stop it. Yeah, let's push. Let's create the pull request. And initial wiring. We normally also
fix number one.
yeah, fix leading this fix. This closes number one. Fine. Get a pull request. And we see that there are some already custom checks that are running on GitHub. They will run for free as long as the repository is public. If you didn't know that, we should wait until it's green. I don't know if there will be some that will fail already because it's not there. Probably not, right? We don't have unit tests. We don't have acceptance tests yet. Storybook should build, right?
Uh-oh. Code analysis.
Oops, why?
Oh, so all the auto formatting that your editor was doing isn't correct, I guess.
Why?
Well, it's throwing a whole bunch of errors from Prettier.
Why?
Well, it's probably it's all spaces, so it's probably the indentation settings are not correct for a new file, maybe. Whereas when you open an existing file, it detects what it is. I don't know. Try it with running make format, and then make a commit to fix it.
But this should not happen.
No, it shouldn't, but it is.
So if we run make format on the top of our repository, it will complain again, and we can see a bunch of changes that we should push. We have several commands. One is make format, the other is make lint? No, make lint.
Lint is just checking the things that format will fix for you, right?
So it passed through, so it's fine.
And now it's highlighting it as wrong in the editor.
Of course, yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Why is that? It says tab size 2. It should be correct.
That's the one thing.
That's okay.
So basically, you went out, you open again, and it fixed by itself. Good.
So could be at some point. So the Prettier extension, what it's doing is checking if in your setup you have Prettier on that, and probably I open VS Code before I run make install, then Prettier was not there before, then it gets the default Prettier, probably the one from the extension with the default settings, and that's why somehow it were not detecting the local Prettier configuration nor the installation, which should be also in node modules. by default. So probably, yeah, sometimes it happens with prettier, sometimes it happens also with the linting. But normally is what I said. I mean, VS Code should pick up your linting, both ESLint and both prettier and styling. And then if you have it set it up to run prettier and run ESLint on every save, which I highly recommend it, then you should be good. For example, let's see my settings in JSON. One of the things that you should, or at least I recommend that you should have, is for example, here, JavaScript files, you do format on save and the editor's tab size, and then which is the formatter that you will use for that. I do that for JavaScript, TypeScript, JSON, JavaScript React. I do that also for the CSS, less files and CSS. So everyone.
You can stop stalling now because it's finished the checks. I'm going to review the pull request.
Okay, let's go for it.
So,
yeah, I just wanted to point this out.
So I'm looking, the pull request isn't showing the real changes because you already pushed it to main. So we just the white space changes that I didn't change that, but that's fine. I'm going to merge it. I noticed that it gave me the option to merge even before anybody reviewed it, which makes me think we need to change the settings on the repository to require a review. So Érico, can you help with this? Because I'm not an admin to change that. Anyway, I'm going to merge this. And so that's in main now, and now we can pull it locally. I already cloned the repository here, just to show you that, and then I'll pull it down. And we see those changes. And let's see, I think I already did make install. But just to make sure. And then remind me what command I run to start the backend? Does it just start backend still? We didn't rename that yet with Docker. And then in the other terminal, do make start front end. No, what? Start. Oh, wait, why? PM what? Why do you have to keep changing everything on me?
We're going to unify this. There's a pull request.
I mean, it's fine. I'm just used to start front end from everything. Anyway, I'm not sure really why I'm starting it up, because this is just going to show that it's doing exactly what was happening on Victor's computer. In theory, I guess we can make sure. So localhost, login, and if I go and add a page, there we go, related items. And I can't really relate it to anything yet because I didn't create another page. Oh, what's the problem here? Oh, title for the page. And I'll add my other page. And I'll go back to here. Oh, and I will set some related items. You know, it's kind of funny UX-wise that you can't set the related items in the related items block. You have to go to the page to do that. I mean, I know why that's the case, but it's a little confusing. Oh, I made it accidentally inside. Oh, so there it is. Uh-oh. Selected.filter is not a function. It's checking if something's selected in the browser object browser nav. Current search results. This looks like a Volto bug, right? This is the same thing that Fred was, or somebody was reporting this the other day, weren't they? Yeah. So I'll have to look into that. It happened after I saved, I guess. Because I saw it somewhere else, I'm not going to worry about it too much, but we'll see if it comes up again. Should I do the test now, or should we come back to that after we do some styles? What do you think? Or do you need a minute to also pull it locally for you? I could keep going for a minute.
No, I think I have it.
Okay.
I'll just pull it again, I guess. Okay, I guess you guys can see my screen right now. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So this is my issue now. I'm assuming styles for the new block. I'm not sure exactly how that is going to work. I don't have the styles, but I'm sure we can come up with something. Let me check git fetch. Okay. Sounds like we're good. So let's make a new branch. Let's call it add styles. Okay. Now let's also start the backend so I can look at what I'm styling, right? So make start backend Docker. I'm sorry, I'm not one of the cool kids using just the terminals, and I'm using the terminals inside VS Code, but I've heard they also work. Let's give it a second, and then we can start the front end.
Introduce yourself, because we've been seeing Victor since the beginning of time.
Right. Well, what to say? What to say? One day I was invited to a happy hour of a group of Plonistas. I saw everybody having a great time. I saw people who were not even working that day joining the meeting to have a good time, and I said, "This is a little weird. These people must be doing something, strange." So I decided to keep, keep being around, asking more questions, meeting more people. I started contributing as an intern with Kid Concept, and after a few months, it was clear that it was what everybody wanted for us to continue doing that. And I've been working with Kid Concept team ever since. Super fun. Like now I get it, right? Like now I get why that group of people I saw that day, they were all having a good time and just enjoying working with friends. And now I get it. So now I'm one of those friends enjoying working with the rest of them, doing this type of cool stuff, right? Yeah, I mean, more questions. I'm happy to share. Let me. Wait, I probably didn't make install for any project.
This is an exciting example of what Plone development is like, waiting for things to download.
Right.
While we're waiting on that, I could show the test I was working on in the background a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm working on a Cypress test that will actually run in the browser to test this feature. So I came in here to the Cypress folder, found the tests. The cookie cutter made an example one, so I copied that into a new file called relateditems.js. And Cypress tests are organized around scenarios. So you give commands that set up the scenario, and then at the end you give a assertion that the situation is what you want it to be. So the scenario I'm setting up here, we open the browser at a particular size. I'm creating one document called Mexico, and another document called Ajolote Sprint, because that's where we are. I haven't tested any of this yet, so we'll see if it works in a minute. And then I have this scenario called page with a related item. So we go to edit the Ajolote Sprint page. We scroll down in the sidebar. I got this from a different test in Volto because we copy things where we can. So I just searched for related items and found a test that's already setting a related item. The existing test, you can see down at the bottom, it's asserting it's going to the view links and references action to see the related item in the end, because the block doesn't exist and there's nowhere in the actual page. So we'll change it to test in the actual page. Right, so we scroll down, we click the button to open the related items. If I wasn't doing this quickly and copying, I'd be like going into the browser dev tools and finding the right classes to put in here and reading Cypress documentation and all that. We select the item in the sidebar that has Mexico, so we're scrolling. We'll see the browser do this in a minute when I run the test. And then we also want to add the block that shows the related item, so we do that, and then we'll save the page. And at the end, we'll make sure that there's a div with class block related items, and it has the text that we're expecting. So that's the theory. To actually run this test, I'm here in the root of the repository. I'm going to type make tab because I don't remember what the commands got renamed to. I need to start several different things at once. I need to start the acceptance test server, which is going to run the Plone backend in a Docker container. I need to start the acceptance front end, and I'm going to use this dev version, which is going to do that without a Docker container, and so that it's live if I need to make changes while the tests are running. And then I'm going to start test acceptance, which is actually going to run Cypress to control the tests. So test acceptance server. And hopefully, yeah, I already pulled the Docker image, so this will come up pretty quickly. Next one over, I'm going to run start test acceptance front end dev. And this is doing the normal Webpack build process, so it'll take a second to come up. And while that's going, I'll start another terminal and I'll run make test acceptance. Oh, and lucky me, I get to download a new version of Cypress for the demo. Okay, so it started up. I got Cypress down here. I'm going to go to end-to-end testing. I usually do it in Chrome. Somebody else said they usually use Electron. Don't know if it matters. And then I'm going to choose the related items test, the spec, and it's not working. Cannot call sci.navigate outside of running test. This usually happens when you accidentally write commands outside an it test. No, I think the problem is here that I put it inside describe. I'm not sure. You might have something too.
I think that, it's a pattern that Cypress forces us to do that. After every autologging, you should visit at least once. If not, let's see. No.
Same thing. Let me try doing what it says. I can never quite remember how these things are supposed to be structured, so yeah, there it's going. So it's kind of fast, but
It seems you remember.
is there a way to slow it down so that we can actually see what it's doing?
You can stop it and go step by step. You see a pause.
Where do I stop it?
No. You have to. So it's like a breakpoint. You go to the code.
Oh,
Yep. And in the middle here it says CY.pause.
CY dot what? Pause. And where do I want to do that? Let's do that after we get to the edit screen. And sometimes it breaks if I stopped in the middle, so I'll just start it again. Okay. Okay, so we're here, and then this resume. Oh, just next. Nice. So next we're scrolling down. We can see the related items field. We're opening the sidebar. We're supposed to click Mexico. It's going through many different chained actions here, I guess, before it actually does anything. Yeah, there it is, selected at the top of the sidebar. And then this part doesn't seem to be working because it's trying to type related items to add a block and it's not finding it. Why is that? I guess I can actually take control here. Because it has a space in it. So let me just try changing this to add new block related. Or actually, if I do, probably the full thing will work. Nope. What about this one? I need to take the pause out of it. That time it worked. We've got our block. And the assertion is failing because it's looking for .block.related items. Why isn't it finding that? Oh, we have to put that in the block itself? Okay, well, I will leave this here and Dante will fix that when he's doing his part.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, got it. Can you see my screen again, I guess? Nice. Okay, so while David was working on the test, all I did, you can see it in green here, is in the source directory of our related items package, I added a theme directory to add the styles, and then I'm not sure, I said, okay, we use less, we want to use CSS. I don't have a preference here. Right. Okay, so do we have a preference?
Is there anything that we need less for that we can't do with plain CSS? I would just keep it simple.
I don't think so. CSS? Let's do it with CSS.
Let's take out of the to say that CSS has
You go simple. It's better go also plain CSS. That's it, and it's enough powerful. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, here we have it. Let's do the same thing everybody has been doing. So page one, we can add a block should be common, right? Related items, there it is. My title. Let's save. Let's create another page. And let's create just one more because I want to be able to see more than one item if I'm going to style this thing, right? Let's go for a third one. Page 3. We come back to page 1 and then let's list them as related items. We're going to have page 2 and page 3. Okay, they're already here, right? Nice. We can save. Now, I'm not sure. Let me see if I can find another block that would kind of work as a reference. Would it be listing a good reference to look at? Let's see what happens. Criteria. Let's location, absolute path. Well, this could be a possible option, I see this one doesn't have a title. Interesting. So maybe let's try to find a block that has a title and we can use this reference.
Which one were
maybe
you
what could it
doing?
be?
You were doing
Oh,
listing. Doesn't it have a title? I think it's called headline.
You can add it.
Okay. Well, there you go. Then that's a confusion. Let's do that then. Okay, my not title. Again, let's go with this. That works fine. Yes, we don't care too much about the rest. Okay, so well, first of all, David noticed we are missing some class names. So let's go and check what do we have right now. If we go to the inspector, we have a generic div. Please never do that. I know you can still style it, but let's all avoid together doing this. So let's go find the view. Here to the div. It's gonna be, well, it's gonna be a block, I guess. And let's call it related items block, right? Why is this not okay? Oh, it's the double quotes, right? This one, I know we could just leave it. We only have one H2, but you know, how hard is it just to add a class name? This would be the, oh, I don't know if I want to follow the headline often thing. So I'm fine. Only because we have some other blogs that happen to use headline for this. I'll just fall for it this time. Now here, again, I know we only have one on order list in this block, but I don't like it just to have just head it. So so items list maybe, so it's clear. And we can add one more. This is gonna be the item, right? And then it's fine. We can live if we don't got a class to the link. That I can live with that one. Okay. So let's see. Okay, fine. We have finally some useful classes. Now we know it's a block. Now it says is related items block. This is probably nice to style. We will have the title here / headline, right? We got a class for our list, and we're adding a class to each item underneath. We still have just link, but I think we can live with that one. So we can see here that the titles are looking very similar. So I would say probably there's not too much that we need to do there. But I want to check this part of the alignment, right? What happens, right? If I'm clicking this, not too much is happening. What happens if I click this one? Also, not too much is happening. I'm gonna change it. This one has the value left.
Size doesn't even really make sense here, does it? What are we going to change the size of?
Right.
But we can make the alignment work.
Let's check what component has over here. Okay, so I am getting the data in my block, right? I'm getting a point of information telling me what type of a line it has and the size it has. I'm not being able to use this yet. So what I would probably recommend is just to add it as a class name too, right?
In fact, this is being injected because it's the align block and it's called align. So it has, we have some convention that if you have a field that is called align, the block engine will inject it for you. And if you check, you can check in the inspector. It should be in the main wrapper, in the block editor.
Okay, so let's add the class name.
No, you don't need to.
Oh, is it automatically added?
Yeah, inspect the block wrapper. Oh, but this is in edit mode, sure. Okay, but then it's then we have to follow the pattern. If we want it to come from above, we have to follow the pattern of the class names prop. So the class names prop in view should have to be set with a CX. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Let's do it interactively. Yeah. Exactly.
Where's it from though?
Class names with S.
Oh.
No.
Needs to be in quotes.
In quotes. Yeah. Then and not capital. It's just class names. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check. It's
Then I'm not sure I remember the CX usage by memory, so I'm gonna have to also find myself a cheat sheet somewhere.
I can dictate you, or I can.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Even better.
So you say CX open parentheses.
Oh, parentheses. There you go.
Yeah.
Then,
yeah. Then in string, what you had before. So. Don't remove it.
In just the string quotes, no quotes.
Quotes, yes.
Okay. So it was log light items.
Exactly. Then space.
Now it's single quotes. Fine.
Yeah. Sorry, not space. Comma. Space. Okay. Then class names with the capital N. Exact class name, and then you make the class name come from above.
This comes from props, correct?
From props, yes.
Right.
Exactly. That's the thing. Let's see if it injected this. Let's save it.
Is there an error in the terminal? There was still complaining about class names, and I don't know.
Oh yeah, this one, right? Do I need to install it in the add-on, or just importing it like this?
Oh yeah, so yeah. Since we are using PNPM now, so the add-on should have a direct dependency on class name. So you should install it. So if you go to the terminal, you can do it in the terminal. It's also, well, you can have a couple of options. So you can do PNPM and use the filter feature. So that you do minus filter. Then the name of the add-on, which is at it will autocomplete if you have it, but probably you don't have it. So it's Plone dash collective slash. Oh, sure. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, what is it then?
Plone, add Plone dash collective.
Slash Volto
dash
related items
dash
Lowercase I.
Lowercase I.
This is why we set up tab completion.
Yes.
Okay.
And class name? No, space add.
Space?
Add.
Now I don't know what you're saying.
No. Add from.
Oh, ADD, the word add.
Yes. Add space class names. Enter, and that should do.
Can you do it? Can you do it from within the right package directory without needing to specify the filter?
You can do that as well. Yeah.
That might be
But
easier.
I wanted to show the minus of this filter because I think that is the greatest thing of PNG. Yay! Sorry.
Then I always go and to package.json, add in there, and then I run.
Well,
Same. That is what I do every time too.
like this is more educational, man.
See,
Yeah, no, this is cool.
my solution was I leave the front end development for these guys.
Okay, so now it should be there, but most probably you have to restart because you just added a library. Yeah, so let's do that. So, and this is correct, CX. Yes, should be. I wanted to check something.
Where are my class names? Oh, is it this singular class name?
Why are you expecting to get class names? Just because it happens to be in the styling field set, but is it? Did we do it that way? It's empty.
It is empty.
I mean, we have a line left in the data, but I'm not sure that it's recognizing that it's part of the style. What's under the style key down below? That's something unrelated, I guess.
Now you make me doubt. I'm checking the code. If not, we can add it manually. So I thought that the style wrapper was making that down and from the class names. But it's.
But what does the style wrapper look at? It looks at
a field on the data block that is called align. It works for the image by default, but let's check the image.
Do we need to do something to enable it for this block?
The image is adding it manually. Somehow I thought that maybe we're doing that in VLT. So yeah, sorry, I somehow sometimes I mix projects, but yeah, let's add it manually. So probably it will be quick. So yeah, let's get back to the code and just add in the CX that you just wrote. I mean, the code that you just wrote is fine. Okay. We can explain it a little bit, but just add after class name, put another comma and just say data.align, and then it will come.
But you need to give it a key.
You need to give it a key.
What key's doing?
No,
right?
Because it.
You just want literally the string.
CX is doing that for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so just value.
Yeah, just the value. Yeah, it's fine.
Cool.
It won't,
and we also need
labeled as alignment. It'll just say left, right, center.
Right. Well, then we can add a line. Would that make sense to add it here so we can align whatever?
No, because then every block of this type will say align, which doesn't tell us anything.
Yeah, it's
Right. Then let's just keep the value of the alignment.
it's redundant. Not say.
Okay.
Just say that.
Am I doing something with the size for now? Just leave it the alignment. Sounds good. Okay.
Let's check out that we have the right class names now.
Yeah, I'm muting and unmuting us because from time to time it becomes a echo chamber. It looks a lot like my the former Twitter bubble.
Yeah. Now we have it. It's not doing anything yet, correct? But yeah, no, like now we get the class name. Okay, that's good. Now we have what we need, right? So let's say if we have a block that is also the related items class, and we have left, then it should happen something, right?
Can you use the ampersand in plain CSS?
For nesting, I think it's now supported.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I know you can do nesting. I just wasn't sure about the ampersand.
Okay, so what is the third option we have left? This was a center that probably should just be the default.
Yep. Also, who decided to put these icons in the order left, right, center instead of left, center, right?
Git blame.
I asked who decided, but it's one of those things that is probably nobody decided.
It just happened.
It's wrong that I say this now, but this style wrapper in Volto 18 has went also a long way, and now we have the option to do it better. But let's leave that for another hands-on later.
Did you include the CSS somewhere?
Oh,
No, we forgot.
I did not. Here we go. So we should call it
In the index.js.
here, right? Yeah. Let's got it. Like, what is going on? My editor is doing weird things.
Well, you're pretending that it's Python is part of the problem. Yeah.
So it's probably
That's
okay. Now it's working, but I have an opinion here. I think I'm gonna add another container that allows me to move things inside of the blog actually, because if not, it becomes a little complicated. So I have my main container, right? That is holding all of the blog elements, but then I feel like we need a new one. I'm gonna call it blog inner container just because it sounds catchy. Is it inner one end, double end, one end, right? Two. Inner block. Well, we can talk about branding. It's okay. And then I'm just gonna move all of the things up here. Uh,
if you set your browser to format on save, and then you can just hit Command S instead of going to the quick fix menu thing. I used to do that all the time too.
I tried it once, but the config was wrong,
Yeah, you have to have the
and I
config, right?
saved, and everything broke. So I got afraid. But
Fair
I
point.
should do it. Okay, what is happening now? Okay, so now we have this being small, right? Why is that? Is it being used anywhere else? It's
No,
funny,
I don't
why
think so.
is
You
Log doing weird things?
made it a Flex container, which I didn't quite understand why you were doing that.
Right, it was just an option to center things, but we can change. Yep.
Instead of doing the flex on the top, do it on the inner.
Yep.
Because if not, we'll break things. Here we go.
Okay, nice. Now, where am I?
Block inner container.
Right. Okay, so what we want that if it is set to right, we're expecting this whole thing to move to right. So we have this one. This is the one that should things. That's a line. Why is it not moving the things?
Would
they have 100%?
Maybe then the alignment is, it's better to do it with traditional float.
Okay.
Like the image is doing, maybe.
Well, floats are annoying too, but
yeah, it's a flex thingy. It's a flex thingy. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Flex align or something. No, my bad.
Yeah, we can use float.
This is version 1.0 alpha 1, so we don't have to maintain backwards compatibility in the styles.
So what is the class in that we live here? Inner container.
I think
this one comes on top.
I think you can like copy the styles from the editor in the browser if you want.
Good point. I never do that. I just go and do it on the browser and then go and write it.
I do that always.
I mean, I do that too, but like I think you can just right click in the DevTools and copy it.
Right.
Well,
but maybe not now that we navigated.
Watch out, because now
right. What's happening on the editor now?
You have two of them again. I don't know why. Right? Then you have two of them.
What?
Oh, since it's floated, then it lost the height. So
yeah, that was my
that.
concern about float. Here, I'm gonna go ask ChatGPT.
We can ask a pilot to do that. I mean, but from here it's CSS nuances, right? I mean, it's a matter of styling and how we want things.
Justify content flex end.
Justify
content flex end. But I think that since the content will be 100%, it won't make a difference, because it's so then you have to adjust the width. If not, it will say, yeah, sure, whatever.
It's the it's the UL itself that needs to be the flex container.
Okay.
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
But also, if we want to align the title to the right, then
Yeah.
wait, why are we doing this with all of this instead of text align?
In the first place. We can do it with text align. Yes. Why not?
We're only dealing
Okay.
with text. Yeah.
Try it out.
Yeah.
It's a quick one. Now we are trying to centering things. How to center a div. Episode 1576.
Well, that does something. I don't know if exactly what we wanted it to do.
We for sure have unlocked
We still
some prize or something.
Do we still have a width on the LI or something?
What?
Is there a width on the list item that shouldn't be there? Or like the display inline on?
Yeah. I think the list shouldn't be full width of the whole block.
Yeah.
And our class. Interesting. Now the title is moving.
Nice. It's a good feature.
Look at what the width or display is on the list items, because I don't think we understand that yet. This isn't where I thought we were going to spend the time on this demo, but
now you said it.
At least I'm having my moment of, oh my God, all the time I spend doing this kind of stuff.
Okay.
I'm not alone in the
The one
universe.
thing, the UL should be a block, not an inline thingy. So the whole UL, you change it from inline to block, then it will behave as a block. Then what you just did, it will work. Try it out.
So turn it into?
Turn the display block in the UL. That will change the default, which is inline. And it makes no sense. What?
Well,
but then
you have a display block.
But then why the alive didn't follow?
can I see one of the items? What?
Why it didn't work? Oh my.
Well, we haven't told it to put the. Now we constrain the width, so it's aligned to the right within the narrow width, and we haven't told anything to move the entire thing over to the right. If you put margin left equals auto, then maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, and we should do that for the.
I don't know. I have this feeling that we're going down like the completely wrong way to do this, but.
But
And I would say that this is a clear example of stand-up programming. Let's try or improv apply to CSS development.
Yes, and also my question is, why do we need to align the text to the center or right anyway? Don't we want to like make our editors do things in a nice, consistent way?
yeah,
Maybe we should just get rid of this feature and move on.
in fact, what it makes sense is that the whole block has a different width. And I will put the example now of Volto theme. Volto theme introduces the idea of having the text being narrow, then another size, which is the default size for blocks, which are just that, the default size for blocks. So grids, images, and all of these conforms.
Hey.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and continuing, then we have the layout width, and then with these three.
Oh, you're floating them inside the container, yeah.
Yeah.
We can change this with in Volto Live theme. So yeah, eventually we could do that as well. Hey, we have it. Demo. Wait. Yay.
Okay, we need to fix the center, right? But we have the right, we have the left.
And David explaining this. There's a bunch of Brazilian watching us. They miss the part like things aligned to the right or to the left. So that's it. We're showing it's possible to do. Don't do that at home, kids.
Yeah, well, I think we should just center this, if nothing. Put it center there. Oh, well, that is not center. Let's say. Oh, let me just make sure that is the center one. Okay. Ta-da!
Oops.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, then what else? I'm gonna run make format because I saw this going wrong. Oh, we have a console statement.
Oh. Are you on a branch yet?
I am on the branch.
Just to catch Victor's problem.
Right.
I don't know if Érico added the branch protection yet, but
I did. Remove the console.
Okay, looks good. Again, sorry again for not using the fancy commands, but the graphic UI actually works. I promise.
oh, I actually use it sometimes, believe it or not.
Either way, you need to push and open our pull requests. So
I guess so. Okay, did that work? I think it did.
Well, no, I only see a pull request from Érico to update the README.
which I forgot to add a news item, change log entry, so there's an error. Yay.
Okay, we have a pull request now, and I need the change log entry, right? So would it be 2, right?
It honestly doesn't really matter. In some projects, we use that number to add a link to the issue or pull request, and in other projects, we don't.
By default, it's using here.
It is. Oh, okay. So
it's
use for dot feature.
I'm just gonna copy it because I'm gonna make a typo here.
Number of the issue or the PR. In fact, in Volto, we're using the PR one for the sake of simplicity as well. No, because there's no point to create an issue for something that doesn't exist yet. Yes, I know. So what? And I only no, but what if the issue doesn't exist? You have to create it first, so you are in the same situation. No, why? It's useless. Sorry. Nope.
So the linting also failed because the CSS properties aren't in the correct order.
Yeah.
Why doesn't the formatter take care of that? We shouldn't complain about it if it doesn't take care of that.
Style lint fix takes care of that. But are we running this in lint?
Should I just fix it manually then?
No, there is a command for that also. So you run make format, and it does it. Why it didn't do it? Did you run it? Make format?
I can run it again if you want.
Oh, because they are not watching CSS files. Oh my god.
Oh, we found a Volto bug. Okay, I'll go file the Volto issue while you.
It's a setup. Oh my god. Let me fix it. So where do we have it? In here. What?
Just less.
No, fuck it. No, sorry. Say that. Wait a sec.
Okay, I'll wait a second.
We have it in here. Theme, CSS. Yay. Here we are.
And by the way, we are celebrating World Plone Day. It's the time of the year we all stop doing coding and we go in front of cameras and have fun. And not forget to like, yeah, somewhere, and subscribe to this channel.
And start Plone and Volto in GitHub. Right? I don't know if it's been said today.
Exactly. I did not. Yeah, we need.
Érico, you see what's on my screen?
Now everyone see.
Just change compiling for CI.
Waiting for GitHub to finish.
Just to say that period ago we had a I'm waiting for you about to complete.
Okay, let's see. I should go review this thing. Well, I'm not going to wait for the accept and test our storybook because we haven't actually added those yet.
Right.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and merge. I did because it's running acceptance tests that I'm going to add next. So let's see, I will pull.
Awesome.
And I still have Cypress running. Let's see if I probably need to like run make install to get the new package you added, but let's see.
So we are going to add
Is it on me?
It's you.
Yes.
And why is it not doing anything? Oh, do I still have that darn pause statement in there? That's probably the problem. Hey, look, it's even centered. And the test passed, so that's good. Because now we have that class that we're expecting. The thing I don't understand about that is why it worked, because I didn't install class names, but anyway, it worked. Doesn't matter, I guess. Okay. Why? Git add. Git. Oh, also I want to delete the, here I'm going to do a mix of using the terminal and doing it through the GUI just to keep people guessing. I want to remove this example test because I don't need it anymore. Oops, don't want that guy. I've got git st and some other aliases in Git that you probably don't have on your computers, but you can set them up if you want. Git add Cypress, that'll record that file was deleted. Now I can see all my changes. I will, oh, you know, I could probably like make a branch. That'd be a good idea. And add test for deleted items block. And I will use, of course, I'm going to use my, where's the, I'm not completing my thoughts, I realize. Where's town crier stuff? In here? What's my issue number? 2. Dot feature. Oh, we already used that one? You used my issue number.
I know, I asked, and it doesn't matter.
All right, well, I'll use yours then. Add Cypress test. Of course, you see here I'm using my like habitual text editor instead of VS Code, which I also have open for some reason. Add that, get changelog, get push. Oh, I need to tell it where to go. Fixes, what was it, 2? Now, the acceptance test should actually run Cypress in GitHub Actions. So we really do a full clone of Volto in the new project setup, not just a shallow clone or a specific commit. Like we don't need the full history.
We could improve that.
It would
I
save
think,
time and space.
yes. But then if you want to change, I mean, you could do a shallow clone, but then if you want to update that, you will need to remove it. And
There's some people who will want to do that, and there's some people who won't.
Yeah.
And there's some people who will try to edit Volto directly, even when they want to use the shadow.
Yeah. For that, I use Mrs. Developer. Mrs. Developer does not support that yet. We'll have to make it support it. And every single time that you change it, probably delete it and going again. It will do the shallow copy, I mean.
Yeah.
And we are pulling tags also. So I don't know if you can pull a shallow copy of a tag without pulling out the whole thing.
Yeah, if you have the specific reference you want, there's a way to do it.
Yes, but you're correct. We should look if we can improve that situation. Yes.
Like especially for when we're building an image for production, we don't need.
Absolutely, it takes time. Yeah. And space.
So it's running. It succeeded.
Yay.
So who wants to review that?
Yay. Merging.
Go for it.
Now.
Oh, great leader.
What?
Érico, what do we do next? No storybook, but we can cut that short.
So here you have
I guess so. We will about to find out. So we go main, we pull. And there is a convenience command for that, so we can do make release, right? No?
it's going to happen.
Oh crap, I just...
Try and remake that. So,
let me check what
quickly,
we have in there.
use the npm dry dash release and then npm release.
npm. Nope. What?
Release, npm release.
Yes, it is. I don't know why. So we do a dry release and it will check if everything's fine. We could do a pre-release. It won't do anything, right? Publish to public. It will do a it will check it that I have permissions, but it won't push it really. It will commit, but really not. And yeah, everything's fine. So it looks good, and we can do the honors, right? Then we have this make release. Oh, let's do one thing. So this assumes that the first release has been made, and the first one is alpha 1.
I know this. Maybe can you add an issue on
Yeah, so what I will say is that we can leave it as it is and change it when we release, but yeah, this is something where we have to fix. So let's do npm release. It will ask us, it will say that no npm found in the registry, and it will suggest that the next one is alpha 2, which is wrong because we don't even have an alpha 0, which is the default. But then we will go and say, no, I don't want this one. I want the 100 alpha. The default is starting by 0. We can start in 1 as well. Then I think it will comply because it's the one that we have set, but then let's keep it with this. Let's go with the 0, which is the default. Press enter. Here we see that town crier is run, and we have a little summary of what the next command will do, which will remove all the existing town crier entries, will modify package.json with the new version. It will add these release notes to the changelog, which is the summary of the town crier's entries. Each one, depending on if it's a feature, it's a documentation, it's a bug fix, whatever. And the next command is the important one. Do we want to publish at Plone Collective Volto related items block alpha to npm? And say yes, let's go for it.
Go for it.
And this will succeed. For this to succeed, you need two things quickly. First one, you have to have permissions on the Plone Collective npm. What? It failed. Why it failed? Oh, because the main is protected. Okay, you protected the branch. So yeah, everything worked. We're about to see in a minute. Let's go to npm. JS, and let's search for @Plone collective / Volto related items, and we have it in here. So yes, we have released the package under this name, the Alpha 0. As we said, this package is published 1 minute ago, and we have the README here, and everything looks great, right? Érico, who has permissions to push to the Plone Collective, and how people can ask for that?
You can ask for that. It's us. You have permission to everything and nothing. It's something we control with a little more care, but. So Leonardo Caballero is asking that.
Yeah, it's the next thing to ask, of course. Yeah.
So there's a bunch of people. If you scroll a bit on your screen, you see there Piero, myself, Arlene, Timo, you, and probably more people. Right? So if you want, write from us. But we are thinking about a way to solve this in a better way.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. The other thing, aside from having permission in npm.js, is that you need a token for creating releases in GitHub, because the default release process pushes a release to GitHub, which we didn't do because the normal Git push to main failed. But it creates a nice release. For example, let's see one.
Yeah, go ahead. But also, if you don't have the token to create the release, it'll open the form to create the release in the browser, and then you can submit the form.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay. Nice. So yeah, let me show you what's a GitHub release. Maybe, I don't know, in the Git concept, and then let's see one of our packages. Let's go this one. And again here. So this is a GitHub release, how it looks like. So the release process, the library that it's behind, will also take care of create these nice releases every time that you push for a release. So for doing this, you need a token from GitHub, or as David said, it opens a page so you can fill it with the release data in here.
I don't know if you can try to push now, because I gave you permission to that. I have no idea what's going to happen.
No, we will have to try to correct this. Just push it again. It will be there, but the process can start again because.
Oh yeah. But I think that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So last final words. If you that are willing to create your Volto add-on have any issues, please contact us. We are actively working on the cookie cutter to make this even better. We are going to have news until the end of the week, I hope. And thank you for joining us on World Plone Day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and star the Plone project and the Volto project on GitHub. Dante, say last famous words.
Thank you for joining us. I hope you had as much fun as we did. Probably not, but at least some fun. And let's keep this going, guys. Let's have more of this.
Absolutely.
Thank you.